Hello and welcome to the Solo Legion Show. My name is Ryan C. Banks. I am the owner of Prolific.Entertainment and the creator of a new team of superheroes called Solo Legion. In the last episode, we discussed the first 5 members of Solo Legion. And I actually keep these heroes in order by alphabetizing them. So the first 5 heroes we talked about last time are not necessarily in the order in which they joined the team. It's more in the alphabetical order that allows me to keep them arranged. So they were Amphibian, Badger Man, Diva, Frozen Inferno, and Hunk. In this next episode, we are going to be discussing Laser, Leopard, Lyric, Metallic, and Mimic. Okay, and before I get to them, I really want to discuss the Be a Hero brand that you saw in the intro to this video and in the intro to the previous video. So what inspired me to create the Be a Hero brand was actually some of the school shootings that we've had. And I was really wanting to send a message that we need to teach young people the value of being a hero. We need to remind them to be a hero in any way possible. And one of the ways to do that is by literally wearing that statement on a t-shirt, on a cap, on a muscle shirt, on a hoodie, and really giving them that option of that apparel to wear to remind each other at school, at play, wherever they're at. Remind each other to be a hero, remind themselves to be a hero. And we've also got Be a Hero for adults, to remind ourselves to be a hero and to be an example of heroism to young people. So really that's the ultimate message that I'm trying to portray through Solo Legion, through their adventures, through the film, through the video game, through the comic books, through their dialogue, through everything they do, the scenarios they're in. Is there an example of heroism and what it takes to be a hero? The self-sacrifice, the self-control, the moral fiber, all those things that it takes to be a hero, we're trying to exemplify through not only this YouTube channel, but also through the stories that we use to entertain, but also teach lessons. I think too many times today we see villains glorified. We see villains made to look very, very sympathetic, okay? We see the villainous lifestyle looking exciting, looking fun, looking more enticing than being a hero. So many people think the hero is boring. So many people think the hero is stale. But what we need to do is show young people that there are rewards to being a hero. The world's a better place when we're all trying to be a hero, okay? We all improve ourselves when we study what it means to develop heroism in our character traits. So that's really what my goal is through all of this, to entertain, but also to teach. The other thing that we need to do is make sure that we are spreading that message to people who are maybe on the edge. Some of the school shootings we've had are from kids who were on the edge and they maybe didn't have a mentor, they didn't have a reminder that they can get attention, they can be heard, they can be seen without doing violent things, without appealing to blood and gore. And I think we need to do a better job in entertainment as a whole of not feeding into that desire for attention at all costs, whether it's on social media, whether it's in movies, whether it's in any avenue in which we're seeing too much of that displayed, okay? Young people are gravitating towards that because they want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want to be remembered. So we need to let them know that you can be remembered by being a hero. So as you watch the rest of this video, hope you remember that message. I hope you're able to support us. I hope you're able to wear the brand, help us spread the message, and enjoy learning more about the members of Solo Legion. And I hope that this message really goes a long way. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Laser was recruited to join Solo Legion because of his bioluminescent ability to manufacture and use powerful light energy. Laser's civilian name is David Banks. He is the greatest emergency room surgeon in the world due to his ability to perform almost every kind of technical surgery. His father disappears after his birth and is never found, but foul play is suspected by investigators. His mother tells him that she will never give up the hope of finding him. David grows up with the hope that one day his father will be found. As a very successful surgeon, he secretly invests his money into research and experiments to develop alternative energy by harvesting bioluminescent light energy from insects. In one of his experiments, he discovers a particular light that can kill bacteria and disease in humans while promoting rapid healing. When he is overexposed to the various lights in one of his many experiments, his DNA is forever changed and he receives the ability to produce bioluminescence organically. He learns to control the different types of light that he can produce, discovers his new ability to fly, and realizes that these new abilities can be used to fight crime. He creates his black suit that lights up with the different colors that he can produce from his body when he goes into action, and he becomes the hero named Laser. Leopard was recruited to join Solar Legion because of his ability to transform into different wildcats, use a powerful tiger glow, and fly swiftly on large wings. Leopard's civilian name is John Atkins. He is a professional comedian. He grows up learning that humor is a powerful tool that can be used for good or bad, and he decides to use his gift of humor to bring joy to others. His favorite animal is the leopard, so he decides to donate some of his riches to wildlife preservation in Africa. One day, while touring a remote part of Africa, he finds two poachers stalking elephants near a small village. He defends the elephants, but the poachers escape. The chief of the village tells him that he is the chosen one who will protect Africa's endangered wildlife and natural resources, and anoints him with an oil that has been passed down for generations. As the ceremony concludes, the poachers return and burn down the village, killing the chief. John discovers his new wildcat abilities and uses his new wings to escape the village as it burns behind him. He vows to defend not only Africa, but the rest of the world from exploitation. He designs his suit pattern after the different wildcats whose ability he now has, adds the eagle wing pattern to the back, and becomes the hero named Leopard. Lyric was recruited to join Solar Legion because of his heightened senses, unique investigative skills, and his genius in creating a large variety of weapons out of ink pens. Lyric's civilian name is Damian Griffith. He is a professional recording artist. He is born with his 5 senses intensely magnified. Early in life, he develops a highly acute ear for music and a unique ability to write poetry. His poetic skill gives him an outlet for self-expression and saves him from committing suicide while battling depression as a teenager. He eventually becomes a popular musician, but when a rival recording artist sabotages his set during a concert, he is severely injured and the man who saves his life dies. He is determined to find a way to use his heightened senses, deductive reasoning, and athletic skill to prevent death moving forward. After barely surviving another near-death experience by using an ink pen, he realizes that lyrics, paper, and pens have always managed to save his life and keep him inspired. He creates a large variety of specialized pens that can be used as weapons, then designs his costume based on the sheets of notebook paper that he uses to write poetry and song lyrics. He learns to manipulate his 5 senses to maximize and minimize their intensity, reaches his peak athletic ability, and becomes the hero named Lyric. Metallic was recruited to join Solar Legion because of his ability to manipulate metals in his body in order to transform into weapons, vehicles, and machines. Metallic's civilian name is Matthew Peterson. He is an entertainment agent. Prior to becoming an entertainment agent, he was a professional football player. When his brother was injured in the war, he invested his own money into developing special armor for soldiers to prevent further injuries. One day while at the facility, he accidentally falls into the vat of liquid metal and the specific metals that comprise his special armor bond with his body. After pulling himself out of the vat of liquid metal, he realized that his body composition had changed, and he began experimenting with his new metallic abilities. After realizing that his body turns almost solid metal as a defense mechanism, he had to retire from football early to prevent injuring other players. After discovering corruption in the entertainment industry, he realizes that he must use his metal powers to fight crime. When in superhero form, he shapes his body into a businessman's suit and uses the 3 colors of the metals that he is made of as different colors in the pattern of the suit. He invents a multi-purpose briefcase that he carries into battle and becomes the hero named Metallic. Mimic was recruited to join Solar Legion because of her ability to transform into a female version of any person or any creature and receive their look, powers, and abilities. Mimic's civilian name is Michelle White. She is a professional actress. She is born with eyes that store a special energy transfer system that nobody knows about. She is able to view movements and mimic the motion of that movement by duplicating the energy required to produce that motion. As a teenager, she suffers abuse from her mother, who is jealous of her beauty and talent. When she is beaten up by a group of mean girls from high school, her mother visits her in the hospital and apologizes for her abusive treatment. Through forgiveness, they grow deep bonds and love for each other. Her acting career takes off after high school, and she becomes one of the most successful actresses in the world. One day, she is inspired by the story of one of her fans and decides to invest her money into research to help blind people see using special contact lenses. During an experiment with the contact lenses, she accidentally stares at an eclipse, and this blinds her. When she receives her sight back, she discovers that she now has the ability to project light beams from her eyes. She later discovers the ability to project these light beams into the eyes of people and living creatures, transfer their blueprint and living energy into herself, and become a female version of them with their abilities and skills, but without receiving their memories. After this discovery, she realizes that she can use this ability and make a difference in society. She develops her special vacuum bullets and guns. She designs her red and black pantsuit using a black rose with highlights as her symbol, and then becomes the hero named Mimic. In the next video, I will introduce the heroes Oakman, Plastic the Drastic, Razor, Shadow Master, and Shrink. Thank you again for watching, listening, and subscribing as we remind each other that the world is a much better place when we all remember to be a hero.